Archangel Michael says, "The winds have shifted and a powerful force has been broken tonight. The cords of deception and betrayal that had bound your life have been shattered by divine hands. Someone you once trusted was used like a puppet in a dark scheme, but that enemy has now fallen into their own trap. For too long, you were unaware of the silent hands pulling strings behind your back. A smile you believed was genuine was actually carrying secrets meant to break your spirit. But now, everything they built on lies is beginning to collapse before your very eyes. The enemy who sought to manipulate you through someone close has now been stripped of their spiritual authority. The illusion of control they thought they had has crumbled under the weight of truth. Their influence was once strong, but it no longer touches your life. Archangel Michael says, your name is being cleared, and their plan has turned into their punishment. The person they used is about to come forward with a confession that changes everything. You will witness the full unraveling of their deceit. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They chose someone soft-hearted and close to you because they knew that was the fastest way to destroy you. But they underestimated the strength of your soul and the armor of protection wrapped around you. Even the person they used is now beginning to see how wrong they were to allow it. Messages were exchanged. Meetings happened in silence. You were spoken about in secret rooms by people who pretended to care for you. But God has intercepted every single plan before it could truly reach your heart. The one they turned against you will soon carry the burden of their betrayal. And the one who orchestrated the attack is already losing sleep over what is returning to them. Type Amen to get blessing 681. You were never supposed to find out how deep the manipulation went. They laughed at how blind they thought you were. They called your innocence weakness. But divine justice has no blind spots. The veil has been removed from your eyes now, and everything is coming to the surface. The one who was smiling in front of you was weeping behind closed doors, torn between loyalty and fear. Archangel Michael says, there is no more fear now. The light of truth has scorched every shadow they tried to hide in. Their games are exposed, and the cycle is broken. Type Amen to get blessing 922. The trusted one they used was fed lies about you, little by little. Words were twisted to paint you as the villain in stories you never knew existed. Your kindness was repackaged as manipulation in their tales. They told others you were selfish, distant, controlling, when you were actually the only one who truly cared. They created a version of you that never existed, just to control the person you loved. But that person now sees clearly what was done. There's a shift in their energy. They're approaching you silently, unsure how to explain the part they played. But you will feel the remorse in their voice. Type Amen to get blessing 557. You've been feeling the energy leave your space. That's the curse lifting. That's the burden of being misunderstood finally starting to break apart. The enemy is confused. Their rituals, their manipulation, their psychological games, none of it is working anymore. They expected you to crumble, but you are rising stronger than before. The enemy spoke to others and said you didn't deserve your blessings. They created doubt around your name. But every seed of slander they planted has failed to root. They are watching you grow in silence. Watching your peace disturb their chaos. And they hate that they can no longer stop you. Type Amen to get blessing 144. Archangel Michael says, this betrayal was your awakening. It was meant to hurt, but it also opened the doorway to your destiny. The enemy lost all power over you the moment you forgave the one they used. Forgiveness isn't weakness. It is your key to release. It untangles the web they wove around your life and breaks the karmic cycle they wanted you trapped in. Now their hands are tied. Every manipulation they tried has turned on them. Their influence is shrinking, their circle is breaking. The same person they used is being haunted by guilt. They are remembering every warning you gave, every kindness you showed. And they're realizing you were never the enemy. Type Amen to get blessing 898. Don't be surprised if they come crying. Don't be shocked if they send messages at midnight, full of apologies. The weight is crushing them, and your absence is louder than your presence ever was. They're dreaming of you. Hearing your name in places they can't explain. They tried to run from you, but their soul keeps circling back. Meanwhile, the one who started all of this is falling apart. They're losing people. Their words no longer carry weight. They tried to play God in your story, and now, they're being silenced by the real one. Type Amen to get blessing 234. They thought they were clever. They pretended to be your friend in public and your enemy in secret. They studied your patterns just to find your weakness. But your soul is not ordinary. You were born with a protection that no human hand can destroy. Every plot they wrote in darkness is now being published in the light. The person they used will one day kneel before you, not to beg, but to be free from their guilt. You are the one holding the mercy they now seek. Archangel Michael says, the divine court has spoken. The verdict is restoration. The punishment is watching you succeed without them. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They had access to your peace, your home, your energy. And instead of protecting you, they chose to manipulate the gate. But what they didn't realize was, only divine permission grants true access. Now they're being shut out. The enemy no longer has influence over your mind, your relationships, or your future. Their game is up. Don't lower your energy to explain anything. Everything is being revealed at the exact moment it's meant to be. And the ones who doubted you are now starting to doubt themselves. Their confidence is shaking. The tables have turned. The same stories they used to ruin you are returning to ruin them. Type Amen to get blessing 366. Your silence has become your sword. Your peace has become your proof. They tried to push you into rage, so they could call you unstable. But you didn't take the bait. You stood in stillness. And now, their narrative is crumbling. The trusted one they used is replaying every moment in their head. They can't sleep. They can't eat. Because they know they let the enemy use them against someone pure. This is the shift. You're rising while they're unraveling. Your energy is changing, your path is clearing. Type Amen to get blessing 113. You don't need to confront anyone. They are confronting themselves. Their own mind is now their courtroom. The manipulator is now the one being manipulated by their own fears. The one who lied is now being crushed by truth. And the one who walked away is now walking back in shame. Don't give your energy to those who doubted your soul. Your light is too rare. Your destiny too big to be swallowed by small-hearted people. Archangel Michael says, rejoice. Because the enemy is gone. Their hands are empty, and your hands are about to overflow. Type Amen to get blessing 909. Let this be your freedom song. You survived the darkness designed by someone who thought they knew your limits. But your soul has no limits. Every time they spoke your name in mockery, heaven marked your name in gold. Every time they tried to twist your truth became even more powerful. You're not bitter. You're not broken. You're blooming. You are rising into a version of yourself no enemy can access. They're watching, helpless, as your name gets called into rooms they never wanted you in. And that's divine revenge, disguised as favor. Type Amen to get blessing 555. This battle is over. You're not walking in fear anymore. You're walking in fire, untouched, unshaken, and unbreakable. They tried to end you, but instead, they activated your divine inheritance. The trusted one they used has lost access to your soul's inner chamber. They will never hold that part of you again. The enemy is silenced. The lies are falling. And your truth is roaring. This is not a setback. This is the return. This is what happens when heaven fights for you. Type Amen to get blessing 800. You are surrounded by light now. Every dark hand that reached for your crown has been struck away. Your angels have guarded the very breath they tried to choke. They are confused. They're asking how you're still standing. They don't understand divine preservation. They believed they had the final word. But they forgot, your life has always been divinely scripted. The page has turned, and this chapter ends with your victory. Archangel Michael says, let them go. Let their guilt teach them what your words never could. Let your blessings be the loudest reply. Type Amen to get blessing 121. This is your closure. Not because they said sorry, but because you don't need them to. This is your healing. Not because they finally admitted it, but because your soul already knew. You've been released. Not because the chains were broken, but because you outgrew them. This is your divine revenge, peace, purpose, and a future too blessed for betrayal. They lost you. They lost your loyalty. And the enemy who sent them lost all power the moment you remembered who you are. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Your breakthrough is shaking dimensions. The enemy never expected you to rise from what they designed to bury you. But you've not only risen, you've elevated. The very person they used to wound you is now watching you become unreachable. Their regret will be lifelong. Their access will never be the same. They manipulated through charm, silence, half-truths, and illusion. They planted doubt like seeds, expecting you to water it with your trust. But you stopped watering, and now their weeds are drying up. You were the blessing they took for granted. The soul they mishandled. And now heaven is replacing what they stole with double. Type Amen to get blessing 474. The person they used is now surrounded by the consequences of their silence. The guilt is burning like wildfire inside their chest. Their dreams are no longer peaceful. Every interaction they had under the enemy's direction is now echoing back at them. They see your eyes every time they close theirs. And your voice is the only one that brings them peace now. But that peace comes with pain. Because they know what they allowed. They know how far they let the manipulation go. You didn't deserve any of it. And now, the universe is correcting everything on your behalf. Type Amen to get blessing 262. You'll notice things start falling apart for those who came against you. Their health, their plans, their alliances, watch it all scatter. Because divine order is rebalancing what was unfairly tilted. They took your kindness for granted. Your loyalty for weakness. But what they didn't know is, your loyalty was your superpower. Now they can't even look you in the eyes. Because the reflection in your presence shows them who they really became. They're hiding not from you, but from their own shadow. Archangel Michael says, the separation was a gift. It protected your soul from being entangled in a curse not meant for you. Type Amen to get blessing 818. The person they used didn't start as your enemy. But they allowed too many lies to be whispered in their ear. They chose to believe rumors over your truth. And still, you forgave them. You held space for them. You wished them healing when they deserved wrath. That's why you're being elevated. That's why doors are opening where there were once walls. Your spirit stayed clean in a storm of filth. They said you changed. But really, you just stopped shrinking to make them feel comfortable. Type Amen to get blessing 391. They're angry now, but not at you. They're angry that they let someone twist their heart against a person who never betrayed them. They feel used, and that guilt is going to stay with them. The enemy used jealousy to control them. They whispered lies like, you're being replaced, or, they don't really love you. And that lie became a wound. But that wound is healing in your absence. And as it heals, they'll realize how manipulated they truly were. They'll reach out, but don't rush to respond. Let them sit in what they allowed. Let their conscience become their mirror. Type Amen to get blessing 700. The one who orchestrated this thought they were untouchable. But they're about to lose everything they tried to steal from you. Their finances, their influence, their fake respect, all crumbling. You didn't curse them. You just disconnected. And your disconnection was the most powerful response. Their power was your attention. And now that you've withdrawn it, they're drowning in their own silence. They need someone to blame, but it's themselves they see in the ruins. The manipulation is over. The cycle is closed. And the victory belongs to you. Type Amen to get blessing 845. You will no longer feel the heaviness in your chest when you remember their name. You will no longer carry the weight of betrayal in your smile. It's being lifted, layer by layer, as truth reclaims your space. The one who betrayed you is not evil. They were weak. And weakness is a breeding ground for manipulation. But weakness is no longer your problem. You were the strength in that bond. And now, you are the strength in your own story. Archangel Michael says, no more tears for what's already gone. What's coming is too powerful to grieve what was fake. Type Amen to get blessing 188. The enemy tried to create division where there was divine connection. They tried to interrupt a blessing by feeding poison through trust. But trust misplaced doesn't mean trust is broken forever. You're healing. You're wiser. You're being prepared for new connections that come with no conditions. The old energy is detaching itself from your spirit. You will feel lighter. You will sleep deeper. You will smile from a place that doesn't hurt anymore. They had a plan. But heaven had a bigger one. And now, you're walking in the fulfillment of what was once delayed. Type Amen to get blessing 609. They tried to make you feel alone. But solitude became your training ground. They tried to break you through someone you loved, but love rebuilt you. Your heart is no longer accessible to those who dishonor it. Your name is no longer safe in the mouths of snakes. And your peace can no longer be stolen. You may still get flashbacks. But they won't have power. You may remember. But it will feel like watching someone else's story. Because you're no longer the person they tried to destroy. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Let them see your glow. Let them choke on their assumptions. Let them witness the grace you walk in now. The one who turned on you might come with gifts, with words, with sorrow. Accept nothing unless your soul confirms it. This is not a time to be naive. This is the time to rise. To walk like one who has seen the pit, and climbed out alone. Your silence is sacred now. Don't explain your healing. Don't justify your blessings. Just live them boldly. Type Amen to get blessing 456. The war is over, even if they haven't admitted defeat. They lost you. That's the part they didn't expect. And that loss will echo louder than any apology. It will shape them in ways no punishment could. You're no longer angry. You're no longer hurting. You are simply done. Done letting people play with your heart. Done letting manipulators bend your truth. Done allowing betrayal to sit at your table. Archangel Michael says, you've crossed over into a realm of divine restoration. Keep walking. Don't look back. Type Amen to get blessing 303. They lied about you to make themselves feel better. They painted your image in the worst colors just to feel superior. But truth doesn't need to be defended, it defends itself in time. Now is that time. And your truth is roaring like thunder. Every whisper against you is turning into a spotlight over you. They are silent. Not because they're done. But because they don't know how to explain what's happening to them now. You'll never need revenge. You've got favor. And favor rewrites every lie into legacy. Type Amen to get blessing 111. It ends here. The curse. The manipulation. The betrayal. It all ends now. You've taken the last emotional blow. Shed the last tear over people who were never worthy of your loyalty. This is your divine closure. Walk with your head up. Walk like someone the heavens handpicked for restoration. Because that's exactly what's unfolding in front of you. A new beginning. A stronger you. And a future no enemy can touch again. Type Amen to get blessing 1000. The same lips that once spoke against you are now silent in shame. The same hands that helped plot against you are trembling under judgment. They know what they did, and now they know it cannot be undone. They used a person you trusted because they feared your strength. They knew they couldn't attack you directly, so they used someone you let close. But what they didn't realize is, your soul has divine protection woven through every fiber. That betrayal didn't break you. It woke you up. It ripped away the veil and exposed what needed to be seen. You are no longer walking with blindfolds on. You see with clarity now. You feel energy shift before words are spoken. Type Amen to get blessing 778. The person who betrayed you is begging for peace within themselves. Their heart is not settled. They may not have apologized out loud yet, but their spirit is crying for forgiveness. Their regret is real, but your peace is more important than their guilt. You've earned the right to protect your energy. You don't owe access to anyone who misused it. Let them learn. Let them sit in what they allowed. You don't have to respond when they come knocking. You've moved to a higher level now, where lies cannot enter and truth always wins. Type Amen to get blessing 518. Archangel Michael says, this season is about your elevation, not your explanation. People will notice how blessed you are becoming. They'll whisper about how they treated you wrong. Let them. The blessing is not just about what you'll receive, but what no longer has access to you. The enemy who once had plans to destroy you will now have to watch your success with trembling eyes. They'll see you walk into rooms they were never invited to. They'll hear your name mentioned in spaces they tried to erase you from. They'll realize, too late, that they couldn't stop what heaven approved. Let them see it. Let them feel it. Let favor be your reply. Type Amen to get blessing 287. They thought your silence was surrender. But it was strategy. You were letting the storm pass, and now you're walking out stronger. They used manipulation because they had no real power. But manipulation fades fast when light enters the room. And now, that light surrounds you. There's a glow returning to your face. There's a joy returning to your voice. And the people who once betrayed you won't even recognize the version of you that's coming. You are no longer who they plotted against. That version of you no longer exists. Type Amen to get blessing 339. They'll ask where your peace is coming from. It's coming from knowing you did no wrong. It's coming from realizing you were always the gift. The ones they used to break you are now searching for ways to come back. But it's not up to them anymore. Your spirit is guarding its own door now. Their words don't have power. Their presence doesn't stir you. You've detached with grace, and that detachment is sacred. You no longer chase closure. You carry it. Type Amen to get blessing 224. Everything they tried to take from you is returning multiplied. Your voice is louder. Your clarity is sharper. Your discernment is activated. The enemy's plans have turned into blessings in disguise. What was meant to harm you has pushed you into healing. What was designed to drain you has empowered you. And now you're being noticed. By the right people. By the divine realm. By the ones who see your value. They'll try to speak again, but their words will no longer reach your heart. You've outgrown their level. You've risen. Type Amen to get blessing 700. They built walls to keep you out. But those same walls are now their prison. You've walked through the fire, and instead of being burned, you were refined. The people who believed the lies are now questioning everything. The person they used against you is now seeking forgiveness, not just from you, but from themselves. Their heart was used as a tool for deception. But now, it's being cracked open by truth. That truth is painful. But it's also freeing. And you? You're free already. Type Amen to get blessing 474. You may hear apologies. You may receive messages. But don't let words fool you, watch actions. Watch who grows and who repeats. You don't have to accept every hand that reaches back out. Not every sorry deserves a second chance. Your peace is too sacred now. Archangel Michael says, your journey from pain to purpose is divine. The ones who doubted you will witness it. The ones who betrayed you will learn from it. And the enemy who started this? Their chapter is already closed. Type Amen to get blessing 381. You are glowing now. You are moving differently. And even the enemy feels it. Their power ended the moment you saw through the illusion. Their mask has slipped, and now everyone sees their truth. The person they used to break you? They're now disconnected from the enemy. They see them clearly, and they see you even clearer. This is what happens when divine justice takes the wheel. Everything hidden becomes known. Every wound becomes a weapon of light. Type Amen to get blessing 963. Their season in your story has ended. They were only allowed for a chapter, not the whole book. The betrayal was painful, but it brought revelation. It taught you who's real, who's loyal, and who never deserved your energy in the first place. You are now surrounded by clarity. You walk with new awareness. You speak from a healed place. And the enemy? They have no entry to this new version of you. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Soon, the very person who allowed themselves to be used will see their own reflection and weep. Not because you hurt them, but because they betrayed themselves by going against someone who only gave them love. You were their protection. And they helped remove you from their life. Now the absence is haunting. Let them sit with that. You don't need to fix it. It's no longer your responsibility. You're stepping into joy. Into divine alignment. Into spaces that can never be corrupted again. Type Amen to get blessing 557. This is what true transformation looks like. The old pain doesn't control you anymore. The old versions of them can no longer manipulate you. You've crossed the line of no return. You're not going back to prove your worth. You're not lowering yourself to be understood. They don't need to understand your healing. It's not for them. It's for your future. Archangel Michael says, walk forward boldly. Because where you're headed, no enemy can follow. Type Amen to get blessing 812. You've been chosen for higher purpose. What they tried to destroy has only unlocked more light. Their plan became your preparation. Now you walk with wisdom. Now you live with vision. Now you protect your energy like the crown it is. The enemy lost everything when you stopped reacting. They wanted chaos, but you gave them calm. And that calm broke their curse. Your peace is permanent now. And your power? Untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 989. Their control is over. Their game is exposed. And your soul is finally free. This is your time. Walk like the battle is won, because it is. Smile like you're whole, because you are. Let the enemy watch. Let the ex-friend remember. Let your story be the proof that light always wins. And never forget, the moment you stopped explaining yourself, was the moment you became unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 404.